All right, we're on. Good morning. Ah, good stretch. Big stretch. Ah. Welcome to Chuck for Options. And I'm your host, Chuck. Man, sorry for being out yesterday. Yesterday, my internet went down, but uh, I later on figured that out. So we're back up. We were only down just for a couple hours, but I had to focus on trading. Like around like 9 o'clock hit, and I started, setting up the stream, setting everything up. Then all of a sudden, boom, internet goes out. I'm like, damn, I couldn't get to the place. So I'm like, all right, let me just focus on trading. And when I did that, uh, I didn't have my screens, I didn't have my charts. Um, I had a little bit of my journal, but it was pretty much just me and the contracts. And the way I went about trading the contracts yesterday was totally different than me having my charts up. And I was even limited on information. So yesterday I had to pull some stuff off, and I traded phenomenally yesterday. It was absolutely phenomenal. I made so much money, and I also, learned like a lot, um just about myself, my trading, the contracts, data matters. So just remember that data matters. The data that you have, everyone's going to um input their own data the way they see it, but just learn how to um read your data. If it's good data, it can't be biased bad data. It has to be raw good data. If you can do something with raw good data, then you can go back and you can find some things. So I have a strong belief in that, in data. And definitely, you got to think, man. You got to think big. Uh, you know, um so yesterday was just a raw. Imagine in the movies, you have the protagonist, going through their situation, and then all of a sudden they lose their whole arsenal. Okay, they lose their arsenal. Um, they lose their big guns, their small guns, their secrets. They lost their ship. And it was just me and just like my handy axe in like a freaking survival knife, and we did our thing yesterday. Um we did our thing yesterday. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Yesterday I really had to concentrate and really focus on the market and what's going on in the contracts and everything. So I think I had a level up experience off of that. I think I leveled up a little bit, because it was just like almost like freestyling, but you have to be patient. And yesterday, the whole time I'm trading, I'm just saying, be patient, be patient, because you don't want to buy too early, sell too late. Um, you know, uh, you don't want to rinse too much. It's just so many things. And then the fund, I had to take the fund down because that day when we were just getting all this bad headline, and I'm like, like I've never traded during like a war, so that's going to be new. Usually I keep everything in cash, so I think I'm going to stay in cash for a long time. And I can trade with that account a certain way too. So that's sick. That's so sick what I can do with that account. So I'm devising something very devious on that because I have day trades on that, and you get them every week. So you can do some really cool things with that. I'm gonna do some really cool things with that. You know, dump some money in it, and you can day trade with that, get that money back, put it over to your other account, and then you can go from there. And you can do that, 5 times once a week. So that's kind of sick, sick, sick, sick. So I'm definitely going to utilize that. I'm going to probably take 50% of my cash, go over there, trade it, and probably do that. I might do something with the stream, but um, you know, I just want to take that slow, because these things can move. All right, so this is Monday's chart. All right, we were here Monday. Crap, I didn't get these metrics for Monday. We were really busy on Monday. Tuesday, I filled in Tuesday stuff earlier this morning. Don't have the pre-market numbers, so that's 9:20. We have 10 minutes. 3:10. All right, today we hit a high of 680 pre-market and a low of 675. It was actually like a lot lower than that. Like maybe like I think I seen 18 at one point in time. We're back up, so it's not falling. Maybe if we were going into uh what's the name? The open, then I would keep falling there. The range. Now, funny, yesterday I was just going over just going over the market in the past couple days and everything. And how bad we got screwed over the other night. I think I talked about that. Yeah, over the weekend into Monday. Okay, I already ran it about that. Okay. Well, we hit 660. We went through the but it was overnight, so it didn't count. But that's still a gap. So now we have an upside gap at 660, and we have a downside gap of 660. So let's um put a note into that note too, because maybe that matters. Uh Maybe this matters sometime. What? All right. No. What am I doing? Where I was right. Okay. Upside and downside gap through. Okay, so it got hit twice. It got hit going to the upside, and then it got hit going to the downside. So that's just nasty. That's just sick. So 660 is like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I want to hit it so bad. Like I want to hit it. So I made a little bit of money off the contracts the other day, but I mean like I want to hit that thing during the day. Like that's gonna be nasty. So we're moving back up big time. High, low, open, close. This is today. I scouted some contracts already. This is just within the range. 674 is the low end. This was the previous day low, so this could definitely uh we can shoot down to go hit that, and then we can shoot up. So that's what I'm kind of looking for, but they're moving this thing between that $2 and $3 like crazy. I didn't pick up any single prints. I actually don't have any. That's old stuff. We're gonna look for swingers if we can find some. 25, 33. What else? Um, oh, 10:30. All right, so we had CPI Wednesday. The CPI numbers were good. Of course, they were fake, but they were whatever. I think 10:30 is going to be kind of big. That's the crude oil inventories. I think we're going to get that from like around the world actually. So we want to keep an eye out for that 10:30 mark because we're going to probably get a. There's a good chance we can get a structure change with that, or we're going to get a push through on whatever side we're on. So that's going to be interesting. And we want to definitely keep an ear out for that. Actually, let's do exactly that. I can't shoot. All right, we don't need that. Um. All right. Oh wow! Look at this spy. That's so crazy. So like, if you had any put your calls overnight, so they're killing like all the overnight action. That's crazy how they killed the overnight action. It's just absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing the way they killed this overnight action. Let me get some music going. Absolutely incredible. All right. So someone let me know that my mic was kind of low the other day, or maybe from the VODs. But let's make sure I have my voice up. Um, right here. Wow. Spy going green. 5 minutes. That's crazy. Wow. Spy going green. 5 minutes. That's crazy. I think I want to hear the music. All right. How's this? All right. You can hear him again. That's funny. All right. I think that's good. All right. That's good. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know about the sound, please, so I can get that just so good and out of the way. Let's get out of that. So that is that. Okay. Oh, so that I could show that too. That's crazy. That sucks. All right. Well, let me pause this because there's something I have to listen to right now. What time is it? It is 9:28. All right. We have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Hey, Simba. Let's close out of this. Good CPI print. There we go. Turn that back on. I was just watching some of the mid. Let me turn this down a little bit so I can get my thoughts together. All right, well, good luck, everyone. Let's make some money. Let's make some money. Ding ding. Ding a ding. Ding a dong. All right, so I pretty much just opened up a spread for right now just so we can see where everything's going to go. It's a perfect spread. Perfect spread. For breakfast today, we're doing. All right, so we have a little bit of a gap up apparently, and we're on the top end of the range. I see this line. Is it top end or low end? It should be the low end. That's the box line. Yeah. Okay. You see, we're on this low end of the box line. You see, this was that overnight night. That was the 660 night right there. That was crazy. That was criminal. That was so criminal that they did that. And look at that. And that's how they do it. And that's how they do it, baby. But that's how we do that. think we want those. And then we have that. All right. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna keep everything real tight to the chest today. Real tight. Don't tell me I'm gonna be able to survive without my freaking tools better than me having tools. I wonder, what does that mean? Well, I guess I did have a reflection on that thought, actually. The reflection was I didn't have all the other distractions in my face. It was just me and just like the numbers, you know. So maybe that's why I did so good yesterday. You know, I didn't have all this extra fluff in my face, you know, distracted me. So I'm gonna just start. I'm really gonna pay attention to that because I think that meant a lot to me. So VIX went down. This is looking weak. It looks like NVIDIA is definitely leading the way with SPY. Let's see what we have. Red, SLV, gas. This is oil. VIX elevated. So 1030, we're looking for 1030 target. So in about an hour, so less than that, we're going to see a lot of movement. That's not flat. It moved a little bit, but for the most part, Oracle still holding. Oracle busting. Nevi is busting. Busting. Bussin'. We open at 677.58. And we're at 677.85. Are you even allowed to say slightly lower? I don't think you should be technically allowed or legally to say slightly over or under anything with that. All right, calls getting nice. The calls are calling. A little bit too expensive. You gotta see. Fate in the gap. Is that really fate in the gap? Look at that NVIDIA. Look at this market. Just so just. So the 670, 669, I'll give you guys that. 670. And I guess a good single print would be not quite a single print, but a 664. would be good. Over here, I guess the 684s are looking nice at this level, and not quite single print, but the 686s are probably some of your best bets. You know, they're not going to be right at the same time, you know, but they're gonna do something for you. Do something for you. There we go. There we go. Just to keep things kind of, you know, uniform. Ugly. Like this. The value that I give people watching my little stream is absolutely incredible. NVIDIA keeping, but SPY isn't joining in on the party. Nebius and Oracle, what are you guys doing? Iran crept up too. Iran was doing his things. Let me see what's going on. I wish I had someone in here so we could split these tasks up. Wow, those calls are going to be really good. Contracts talking about which one's done. On the top of the stack. So you didn't run up with NVIDIA, but you're dropping with NVIDIA. Close that gap. Low end 74. No, 74. So fast. Moving. Hmm. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I was a tad lit, so I can't say brilliant. Just a good move because I was late buying that put. I should have bought that put on the top of that stack. Because I bought that call on the bottom of that stack. That was good. It would have been a better move if I would have bought it up there. It's only a good move right now. I mean, brilliant would have been. How much are we talking? A couple bucks. But still, I'd rather be brilliant than good. Hey, Simba. So he never really listened to the birds or like heard birds, you know. So I have the window open and he's just like looking out the window, just mesmerized with the birds. And he can see birds and squirrels and everything. Because we have a tree like outside the window, and there's a couple of nuts in the tree. He's just learning. Right, big guy? Yeah. Are you hear me yell at me? Oh. This is like perfectly leveraged right here. This is crazy. I will take it. I got filled, got down, filled, and we are pushing through. So the downside pressure we're looking for is 674. We're looking for somewhere in that range. And after that, we can reassess the next move. All right, our puts are put in. Why do I keep the freaking mouse clicker thing right there? I always do that, and I get so frustrated. You know, because I think I go to look at a level, and then I like move my hand, and then it just say I have to start to move that. I'm losing seconds, like literally precious seconds. You see, I keep it like right there. I don't want it there. You know, I didn't know how anal I was until I was younger. I was about you see, you know, I'm trying to think, should I start taking these 28%? Because they're so easy. I want more though, like all the time. You see, that goes up more. So I'm younger, right? And I was working for this moving company, and I used to work with this guy like all the time. You know, we were really cool. We were really cool. We were friends. We went out to a bar one night, and we were ordering food, and I'm ordering my food and everything, and I just didn't know, I was just so picky. And I just wanted to make sure that the waitress knew that I knew I was, being allowed. But she said, it was all cool. And I told her, I'm gonna show her a lot of love. And but then when she left, I was like, dude, like, am I picky? He said, yeah, you kind of are. I was like, wow. I was like, wow. I don't mean to be. I just like things to be a certain way, and my food specifically. That's just how I am. All right, so these contracts are starting to pick up steam. We are starting to hit this 676 low. Is this the low of the day? Yeah, low of the day. All right. So if we break that structure, that would be a really nice structure to break. Wow, those things are doing nice. Really nice. I'll take that. No, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take that for that. I don't want to say that word, but you better not do me like that. I swear. And I'm gonna sell 2. I'm try and get 2 of them off of that. If the other ones sell, then that's definitely gonna sell, but I don't want to give up too much. I don't want to give up too much. We have really good entries. And I don't want to give up that profit. Alright, this should dink. This should dink. Dink, dink, dink. Was that high to stack? I thought I sold at I was trying to push it at high to stack. Come on. How much did I get these for? Oh, I got those for that. I hate to even do that. Like, I really do. I really do. This one. And those are good. That's so whack. So whack. Well, that's how you're supposed to do it. This is 100%. Where did this come from? Oh, this is the double bottom. We hit a bottom, hit another bottom. We got a double bottom right there. Add-on territory. We're on the top of this, so if I want puts, now would be a good time to buy new puts. Wow, these are still up too. Look at that. Let's buy. No, actually, No, actually, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this because that's not the side that we're actually attacking. All right, 9:55. Oh, good. What is going on with? Silver. There's gasoline right there. There's gold. Commodities down. What is this? Oracle, Iran, socks. These aren't even commodities. Here go commodities down here. Energy, dollar, rare earth. Here's more rare earth, gold shares, copper, mining. Wow, just patience. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, so it looks like we are definitely going down in the market. So today is going to probably be a down day. Well, it's very early. It's only 9:56. We still have crude oil at 10:30. So I don't let me get ahead of myself, and don't you, whoever's listening, let me get ahead of myself. You know, be like, yo, Chuck, cut that shit out. All right, I'm okay with that. When it comes to trading, I'm okay if honestly anyone straighten me up in my errors. I'm not one to take offense to help. Oh, holy shit! Iran is breaking out. Iran's not even isn't even doing anything like these numbers. Iran is breaking out, and I fucking caught that shit too. I fucking caught that shit too. Let's put Iran down here. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yep, I caught the right one. I knew it. That's the one I wanted too. What's the next one up? Tesla. No, we're looking for more of those plays. Yeah, I think I caught the right one. Hope I caught the right one. Oh, no, that bitch really spiked. Let's go. Try to sell this or what? Ew. Gotta cover that actually if I do that. I mean, if you're going to tee off, you're going to tee off. If I do this, this is insurance. I don't want to be smart, but I want to be fucking a gunslinger. I don't think I feel like slinging guns today. I think we're slinging. We're gonna chill out there. Wow. Oh, that's not that crazy. Oh, but actually, what about these? No, like there's like no movement. That's crazy. Wow, I'm so happy I'm doing it like this. And I'm so happy I kept that too, that Iran. Yeah, Iran is breaking out like crazy. This was only partially filled. That sucks. I can't believe I fucking let that shit get away from me like that. I can't believe it. My God. Last time I seen Iran do something like this, it was like preposterous. It was absolutely preposterous what Iran did. It did like $23 in like one day. It opened at like 12 and like ended at like 30 something in like one day. Like those option contracts were just going stupid manupid. Stupid manupid. What time is this? This thing's been popping since 9:30. You know, they had a little bit of consolidation, but this thing's been popping ever since 9:30. So I mean, like, the fuck we talking about? Like, what are we talking about here? What? We eating. Yeah, we're eating. And that's how you're supposed to do it. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's how you're supposed to do that. All right, Robinhood is fucking up right now. There's too much is going on, and you're not letting me fucking sell. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Crazy. Wow, my thing is totally glitched out right now. I can't see anything on my phone, like, at all. All my shit's fucked up. It's like so slow. Like, that's crazy. And now I gotta trade off my freaking computer because I'm making too much money too fast. You know how fucking crazy that sounds? Did you slow down, buddy? Are you gonna allow me to make some important sales that I need to make, buddy? This Iran is done kind of crazy. Let's sell this. Let's just get that out the way so we don't have so much to look at everywhere else. That did really well. I doubled that. I wish I was able to So in theory, we definitely want to buy. Maybe we can re-up on one of these because we can get a better value. Now we can see where we are on this stack. Then we can go from there. You guys, how much I buy you for? So you have some room to go up. All right, you're up a little bit. We're gonna keep that. These guys, we got them at 7. They're at 7, but maybe down just a little bit lower from there. We can go from there. These puts, we're gonna keep. We're gonna hold those. We're gonna see where we are in this structure count, and we're gonna go from there. We're gonna cancel that. I'm looking at some calls going up. You see these right here? I picked these bad boys up at 9. You know, they're at 16 right now. I'm so happy. Let's see where we go from here. We're dropping. You know what? I'm gonna sell out of this, and I'm going to keep that 66%. Wait, green candle. We hold it. That went up, so we may buy that. So we have, okay, so we have that on the downside for the downside. Wow, that was perfect. Picture, picture, picture, picture, picture, picture, perfect. Picture, picture, picture, perfect. That's how you trade, baby. Wow, those irons went stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. All right, good job so far. Good job so far. And that's the thing I like about trading. You know, trading gives me the instant gratification that, you know, I want of being right, you know, or wrong, you know. It just let me know so I can move on, you know. You know, but it's a very it's very rewarding with the money that you make, but you don't have, you know, you don't, like, people don't know, like, really know, like, what's going on with your numbers and, like, with you and things of that nature. You know what? They kick ass right there. We're going to do this too, because if you're gonna walk, we're gonna walk too. Let's walk. I like to walk. Let's walk. Those are 200%, but I sold them already at like 200%. So they were good. What did this bottom out at? Are you serious? I don't know how that bottom. That was a flash. That was a flash crash on them. That's crazy. We want good breakouts. That's what we want. Good breakouts. Every time I go to do that, that happens. Like, what are you going to do, bro? I guess not. What are you going to do? What do you want to do? More like it. Want to be a baller, shot caller, brawler, who be dipping in your Benz in the three-course meal, spaghetti, fettuccine, veal, but still, everything is real when it's filled. Wow. And that's how you do this. That's crazy. If you are not a student of the game, you're doing it wrong. I need a mentor. They could be good right now. I'm gonna start looking for some news in a little bit. You know what? Let me turn this news. Let me turn this up. Let me see what he's talking about. All right, that's 10:15. The 10:15 alarm just went off. Oh wow, my little IRN call would have been, I think would have been up a lot more. The market looks like it wants to dump so bad. Oh wow, look at these things. They're right here. Wow, they're doing really good. Wow, look at you. The IRN. I guess we're just gonna let IRN rock. Actually, let's lighten the load. Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! They just jumped like a lot more. We just want to sell one. Just do it. I mean, IRN is kind of pumping right now, but I don't know why. I'd rather sell it into the strength. How much are you? Even you're up. Sheesh. All right, we got some time on you too. All right, we're gonna rock. Come on, top tick. I'm trying to look. I'm looking at IRN. I need IRN to tick 2 times. Okay, there you go. Turn. No, I need a little bit more. Come on, sell. Sell it. I'm fighting with $1, by the way. $1. I'm fighting with $1. Come on, there you go, right there. Boom. I was about to let it go. I was about to be like, yo, whatever, but it didn't. I'm about to say, yo, all right. It even took higher than that too. So I even beat myself on $2, or if I were to market it $1 to the up. So screw them. Alright, if we can measure anything, the measurement would come out. You know, first drop, pop. We're on the lower range. I guess we should do it, right? I guess we should do it. We have some time, so let's go up to 15. All right, and we're going to do one backup line. To get that meat. All right, if we need a range, this is the range we're in. So we've been dropping ever since that blow off top. All right, we have equal highs in this low end right here. That's bearish for the short term right here. We can go to attack this 746. That's our next level right there. That's 746. I'm sorry, 670. Yeah, 670, 676. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. These guys are doing really well. This guy is doing good. I don't know. I might let this go. You know what? We did really good on this trade. This iron trade. Do we want to sweat this iron? I don't feel like paying that much attention to it. So I'm going to get rid of that and I'm going to keep the other ones. So we got some plays. And we're up on that play. So we're going to keep that. We're going to be happy with that. All right, there we go. All right, we got to capture some levels. Oh, wow, that's big. That's big. We're going to hold pat. Wow. Whoa, this is picking up. That got serious fast. That got serious real fast. Whoa. Whoa, that got fast. Damn, I was just about to buy more of those too. That's crazy. The puts are putting, definitely putting. Whoa, it's dropping more. I was about to start selling stuff. Whoa. Those numbers start changing. I'm like, wait, what? Those numbers start going crazy. All right, we are going to chill. All right, good job. We were all over this. This is how you trade, baby. This is how you trade, baby. Yes, yes, yes. This is how you do it. I want to sell them for this price. I don't want that price. So I think we have to hold these. Yeah, we're gonna hold those. Oh wow, it sold for that price? Wow. Wow, that's crazy. I like this song. I like all these songs, but I really like this one. Alright, we're gonna let some things hang. Alright. Yeah, Tesla's green because SPY is red. Tesla and SPY definitely inverse to one another. They're just gonna just go. But in order for that to make sense, they have to go at that rate. And those to those. In order for that to make sense. And that's why you have to stay within that very specific range for that very specific reason right there. That's brilliant. Good job. Good job figuring it out. How many of these did I have? Sheesh. Because they are going up like crazy right now. I guess I can just go over and take over. All right, so we're looking for 674. We're looking for 674. That's what we're looking for. That was a nice move. That was a really nice catch. That was a really nice catch. Yeah, we're gonna hold those. We're gonna put you on the watch list. Yeah. Alright, so that's kind of good, but that's letting me know what these other contracts are doing too. Those guys are letting me know what these guys are doing. I'm already on it. That was the 1030 switch for this right here. But I was already on top of it. I already bought my calls going up. So I bottom ticked and I top ticked. see if there's going to be any follow through. Is how much? Hey, baby boy. Wow, that was brilliant. Good job, me. That was so brilliant. I bottom ticked that. I got the perfect contract. We just gotta get some follow through. I mean, I got some meat on the bone. But that could just be the rinse right there that we were looking for. That was nice. Nice. Nice. Oh no. All right, so let's figure out what this is. We still got some meat on the bone with some of the calls that we got. We got a lot of meat on the bone, but we're gonna see. Since we don't want to let go of a good play, okay? Because yesterday or a couple of days ago, I let go of a good fucking short, and I was pissed. I was fronting a little bit, but if you really listen to my voice and everything, like I was really frustrated. I think at the end I was like, all right, like now I'm frustrated because it was a really good play. It would have been a really good play, and I seen it, and I just didn't play it. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, what am I here for? Like, why am I just looking? I'm looking at money, you know, when I know what the play is. Like, what the fuck, you know? So, that really pissed me off. All right, I picked up a put on that first line, in that first minute, just one. My calls, I'm gonna let my calls chill because, you know, we just want to see what else they're going to do. We can leg down another leg, but I'm still going to hold those calls back. So I'm just going to buy more at the right time. Wow, that was nice. That was nice. Just patience, man. Just patience. That patience has is such a big metric. Man, patience. Oh God, patience. You know, sometimes it gets stormy. You got hell coming, and same thing in life too, man. You know, but you know, that weather and the storm shit is kind of real. You gotta weather that storm sometime, you know. You gotta go through it, you know, not just survive it. You gotta be active with that. If this is gonna leg, I want to be a part of that leg. If this is a bottom, then I already have my calls set. So we're gonna go from there. So the puts I bought, well, this set, they're late. So this is a new channel right here, off that low. This thing is still we're gonna keep that. All right, so that's the bottom. Okay, so we're set. We got those calls back there. We're still up on those calls, surprisingly, even with all that red. That's why I'm leaning kind of bullish. Because that call has a lot of range, You know, theta has a lot to do with it too, but not this time. It's only 10:35. Oh, oil. Was that oil numbers? What's up with my browser thing down there? Wait, what? I don't know what that was. What was that? I was back here. We're going to see, this is in this channel right here a little bit. We can see some contention right here. Wow, that's crazy. Nebius 112, 16%. Iron 11. Oracle cooled down a little bit. Wow, Nebius start pushing more. That's crazy. I was going to buy some Nebius. I was going to buy some Nebius and Oracle contracts, but I went with the Iron. We killed the Iron contracts, but the Nebius caught up big time. We're going to see if this is our bottom or we're going to leg out of that. But this isn't even like that crazy because they ran it up. They ran it up like crazy. That was crazy. And then that right there was a total good trade right here. So we can see where they want to run, where they can run this at. Because even then, this is the outside of the range that we had in the morning. So we can close that thing up and they can run it right back up and through that. That would be nasty. Nasty. All right. So this guy is up. Really nice. All right, I brought that average down, so we're up. I was gonna actually buy 4 more of them. Should have bought 4 more of them. All right, here's Iron. Iron cooled off a little bit. But they keep running it higher. Boom, ran it higher. Brought it down. Brought it higher. It was a little bit weaker right there, but ran it higher. Simba! Where are you? Come to me, cuzzo. He's my cousin because, you know, he's my cousin's cat. I'm just taking care of him until he comes back. Or until, oh my God, I am not going there. Oh, I am not going to cry on stream. I don't even want to listen to this now. You're going to have to cool out. This song has to cool out for a couple plays. I was about to get deep. Oh my gosh, I was about to get deep. Mm. Mm. Mm. That was the one time I was hoping I was muted by mistake. I just checked. Disappointingly, I wasn't. All right, let's find out where we are. What's going on? What is going on? Did we hit that 674? No, almost. That's like a kiss, right? 675.20. That's a kiss. That was a not even that loud. You know, just a quick, something real sweet and innocent. Nothing too, too lipsy or tonguey or wet. Just a nice, something that just nice quick, quick kiss. So I think we can count that. If that's the case, then we are looking up. I guess, yep, we would have to see that. That would be a big deal, actually. We can get off of iron. That trade's finished. We rocked that trade. That was a good trade. Did really good. And we're even still up on these extra contracts to 20%. So that was a good trade all around. We're gonna probably get rid of those contracts, or just thin down. How many do we have? Yeah, we can thin down with some of those. Yeah. We're gonna put some of those. Alright, I think we wait. And we can use that metric. We got rid of, that was a heavy multiplier. And we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna save our money. We don't need that. We're selling out of that too. Yeah, we're about to push into that next threshold right there too, so we can get to some new numbers in a little bit. I definitely should have bought more of that. I think it'll still be a good buy. It's a little bit expensive. It's up so much. I'm happy to hold it, and sell it, but to buy it another one or more, ugh, that shit get crazy. What's over here? What's going on? Oh, I think it's all this. think it's all this right here. All that inbound. No, you're above that. You're above that. I don't know why. I'm looking for a reason why, but you know, I can't fabricate one. Oh wow, look at that VIX drop. VIX drop, VIX drop, and when these goes down, this is going to go up aggressively. So you want to look for that spike. The contracts are going up as well. Boom, boom, boom, boom, boom. Tesla move, boy. Bitcoin busting too. Alright, I'll be back. I think it's the restroom. Oh, goodness. What a grind. Wow, what was that headline? I was in the bathroom for that. What happened? Hmm. All right. I'm gonna go get some food. I'll be right back. Uh, Food. What the hell? They brought us right back. Look at that. They swept that double bottom low. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. They swept that double bottom low. Oh, what happened? What was that? What happened? My head just went crazy.
Whoa. I saw that coming earlier. The market is dropping. Contract hit a huge uptick. I think Cow took up a motherfucker. Mm. 674. It hit it. Alright, we should run now. Everything's going to be headline driven now.
That was good. I had some eggs, potatoes, sausage links, bacon, and I toasted some egg McMuffins, and I had a leftover of a pear that I started eating this morning. And some orange juice. And some ginger ale. I have a strawberry fruit splash ginger ale. Excuse me. That was delicious, by the way. If anyone cares. Anyone. Wow, so I guess I missed that double bottom structure. We came up. Oh wow, we tagged the box. Wow. Tagged the outside of the box. Went right back down to it. Wow, this is definitely looking bearish now. This is big bearish.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I'm sorry, I had to floss. I don't think you want to hear that. All right, so we took a big crap right here. What happened? What happened there?
So it's the Prime Minister. I'm watching World News Live. The people reacting to Iran's stark warning against the United States. U.S. attacked one of their nuclear facilities at nighttime. Holy shit, the things got escalated. This is getting kind of. I think I'm gonna go take a nap.
And by the way, they supported that dirty job. It's a shame. They know that Israel is doing a dirty job and they support it and they give it every right to do it and they call it defending itself. It's really a shame. Pardon? Well, I think I'm not in a position to reveal what we are going to do in response to what Americans did last night. I just talked about the fact that NPT failed to protect Iran
Oh, we're listening to this.
from and its peaceful nuclear program. And this is a serious challenge.
Peaceful nuclear
Next, we'd like to
program.
take a question from IRIB. IRIB, if I can get a question from IRIB.
Yılmaz Parlar, Türker Gazete, Türkiye Cumhuriyeti'nden çıkan gazete.
I'm from a
bir de
Turkic
Net Haber
newspaper
Ajans.
and also
Sayın Bakan,
representing Net News Agency.
Çin'in İran'a destek verdiği söyleniyor.
It is indicated that
Bu
China
konuda
is
Amerika
supporting
ve
Iran.
İsrail'in tarafından caydırıcı olmasını nasıl
How do
değerlendiriyorsunuz?
you
Bir de
evaluate its
Rusya ile olan
deterrence power
ilişkilerden
vis-a-vis
özellikle
USA and
beklentilerinizi
Israel?
öğrenebilmek
And
teşekkür
can we
ederim.
learn your expectations about your relations with the Russian Federation?
Well, there was a problem with the translation, or I think with the device, it doesn't work properly. I understood the last part of your question. Well, I'm going to Moscow this afternoon, and I have a meeting with President Putin tomorrow morning. Russia is a friend of Iran, and we enjoy a strategic partnership, and we always consult with each other and coordinate our positions. Russia has been a part and the participants of JCPOA, so they have been always a party to nuclear negotiations. And even in the past 2-3 months that we were negotiating with the United States, we always briefed our Russian friends about the latest about any progress or lack of progress in our talks. Well, I will have serious consultations with the Russian president tomorrow, and we continue to work with each other. Russia is
So
also
Iran
a
is
permanent member of the
friends
Security Council.
with Russia and
We know
China.
that they were trying, together with China, to introduce a resolution to the Security Council for the cessation of hostilities. Obviously, now the situation has been changed, and I will have discussion with them that how it should be proceed.
The final question from IRIB, if we can hand over the microphone to the gentleman right there. Thank you.
خسته نباشید آقای عراقچی. از خدمتتون که دیروز آقای اردوغان صحبت‌هایی داشتن در مورد میانجیگری، فکر می‌کنید نقش ترکیه در این رابطه به چه ترتیب خواهد بود؟ میتونه ترکیه
Thank you.
در این رابطه
Yesterday, President Erdogan mentioned a mediation instrument. Can Turkey handle such a
من دیروز ملاقات
diplomacy
بسیار
or
خوبی رو با
mediation
جناب
activity?
آقای اردوغان رئیس جمهور محترم ترکیه داشتم. هم ترکیه و هم
had very productive meetings with the President of the Republic of Turkey yesterday, and I also had contacts with some of the countries of the region. Some of the countries of the region, such as Turkey, are indicating that they could be mediating so that the
lots of useful, important meetings with the foreign ministers of our region, and we discussed about different initiatives and ideas existed for a peaceful settlement of this question. But as all of you know, we suddenly faced with the aggression by American forces to our nuclear facilities. The Islamic Republic of Iran condemns in the strongest terms the United States' brutal military aggression against Iran's peaceful nuclear facilities. It is an outrageous, grave, and unprecedented violation of the fundamental principles of the Charter of the United Nations and international law. The warmongering and lawless administration in Washington is solely and fully responsible for the dangerous consequences and far-reaching implications of its act of aggression. The U.S. military attack on the territorial integrity and national sovereignty of a UN member state, carried out with genocidal Israeli regime, carried out in collusion with the genocidal Israeli regime, has once again revealed the extent of the United States' hostility towards the peace-seeking people of Iran, who will never compromise over their independence and sovereignty. The Islamic Republic of Iran continue to defend Iran's territory, sovereignty, security, and people by all means necessary against not just U.S. military aggression, but also the reckless and unlawful actions of the Israeli regime. While President Trump was elected on a platform of putting an end to America's costly involvement of forever wars in our part of the world, he has betrayed not only Iran by abusing our commitment to diplomacy, but also deceived his own voters by submitting to the wishes of a wanted war criminal who has grown accustomed to exploiting the lives and wealth of American citizens to further the Israeli regime's objectives.
I'm gonna get out
The
of here.
U.S. act of aggression against Iran's peaceful nuclear facilities constitutes not only a flagrant breach of the UN Charter, especially the prohibition of the use of
I'm
force
still gonna
under
listen to
Article
this though.
2,
I
Paragraph
was gonna
4,
keep the stream up, but I'm like,
and the
nah,
obligation to
I'll just take it
respect the
down. I'll see you
state's
guys
territorial
tomorrow.
integrity and sovereignty, but
But I am
also
still listening to this though.
a violation of UN